Heyo everybody, Haku here with my reaction. I guess I have avoided looking at these to the popularity poll results that aren't the top 100. I didn't even know that they were posting these, but they posted everything except the top 100, which I'm so excited for. I was more excited to get into this than into the new chapter. I really am curious, and I love character polls, and I love that they gave us the full results. I hate when we only get like the top 30 or top 100 in a character poll, and I want to see how the characters that didn't do well did. I want to see, like, are there some really important characters here that nobody went out of their way to vote for? That's what I'm curious about. That's what's going to be exciting here. Who is important that just nobody likes? That is going to be fun. And then, of course, like, One Piece has so many characters and so many beloved characters that even like 200 to 101 is probably going to be some kind of tough competition, not even getting into the top 100. So if you're watching this, if you're new to the channel, coming in for this video because it's a bit different, I do reaction bingo to the new chapter every time there's a new chapter. So if you want to stick around, we have reaction bingo. That will be out, and you won't get spoiled by me. I post it when I read the scans for patrons and members, but I wait until the official translation is out before I post it publicly, just so I'm not spoiling anybody. So if you want to stick around, you can get the videos early if you want to, or you can wait for the official translation to come out and not get spoiled by me unless you're late on it. And even then, I'm obviously not going to try to put crazy spoilers in my title or thumbnail or anything. So you can stick around for that if you want to. And also, the top 100, I think, is coming out like Saturday night, Sunday morning, something like that. So the top 100, I'll do a reaction to that I'll probably record it Sunday, post it Monday maybe. So that's what I'm thinking. So if you want to stick around for that too, I will be doing a reaction to the top 100 as well. But with that aside, this is going to be a long video. I know it is because I'm going to read all of these, and there's going to be over 1,000 names. But in addition to that, some of them I'm probably going to talk about a bit. But some of them, if they're not important, there are just so many that I'm going to need to skim through a couple of them. So we're going to start off with 1567 to 1014. Is this the zero vote gang? Were there this many that got 0 votes? Is this the no vote gang? I'm wondering. All right, let's go down to the bottom and start from there. Okay, no, there are some ties between them, so it isn't no vote gang. At the very bottom is Minoruba, and I am not going to even remember some of these characters. Like, look at these. This is just a bunch of, like, Wano Piece slop. I do not care about these Wano Piece slop characters. We got Tamike Bao, Spartan. Spartan sounds kind of familiar for some reason. Kurosawa, Kamekichi, Entourage, and we're at 53 now. Yamanba, Bongo, Bush, Chichilicia, Dasteado. I wonder how long it'll be before we get into like actual like did something characters. Saber, Kyuji, Sea Lion, Ukon, Roshu, Monjiro, Colonel Mugren, Mizuira, Bungo, Furika, Furari, Fujin, Hara, Naoki. And now we're into 1533 actually. Yeah, we went from 1553 to 1533. Is this the 2-vote gang? Who are the 2 people that voted for Hara? And Naoki, Sonie, Juki. Okay, Juki is an actual recognizable character from the numbers. Hichin Fra Ichin, Gorobe, Koran, Kagero, Kairiken. Were there this many Wano Piece slop characters? Were there this, like, not all of them are Wano, but like most of these have just been Wano characters. Like, whoever wrote Wano Piece really just threw a lot of them out there. Then Kairiken, Ibiributsu, Inukai, Akurai Kanzaburo, Rampo, I remember Rampo, Eratel, Moyle, Muti, Mari, Hewitt, Bishamon, Hanji, Bagali, Byron, Nashi. Then I was thinking Byron out here looking kind of like Leuven. Nakaiwa, 9th, Tritobu, Didit, Disco, Daikok, Sandayo, Zangirimaru, Sarutobi, Kolskun, Koshi Falcon, Koiwa, Kumagoro, Yame, Ikkaku, Asahichi, Blade, Bulldog, Puros, Bisley. Again, I am just shocked by the sheer scale, the sheer amount of Wano slop characters. I'm going to hate on Wano any chance I get, but damn, there is just a lot of nothing coming from Wano. Papa Neil, Hacha, Norinosuke, Nokokuwa Police, Dago, Scaldi, Jabari, Jigra, Kop, Kuni, Kinga, Ganryu, Omasa, Uwatsuru, Uraya Mashikata, and the only thing that's surprising to me is like some of these did get more votes than others. So what is the distinction? Why were a couple of people throwing some votes at Hooplot, but not some of the others? Wellington, Isa, Ruder, Lint, Rifort, Yazaimon, Mozambia, Mecha Shark, Roosh, Mako, Hote, Blondie, Finamore, Bimine, Hikomitsu Kumai, Tomozu, Tots, Dotaku, Chia, Seki, Zururin, Jiboemon, Jeep, CB Gallant, Coburn, Cosmos, Caucasus Man, Gurutaro, Kadar, Kazekage, Kaksan, Oiwa, Ubao, Usunoru. This is just me reading off names the video thus far. Iwatobi, Agotogi, and now we're into 1415, which means this is going to be another like 45 characters. Waruno Furishiro, Warashi, Rolling Logan is down here. Red Wolf, Rakuda, Raideen, Yokan, Jerben, Yerban probably because it looks like a giant, Mouth to Mouthyan, Broca, Nodoi Wakan, Tomatito. I would be surprised. Is there any One Piece YouTuber who could go through and actually pick out where exactly some of these characters are from? Like Rolling Logan was obviously one of the Coliseum guys that got his ass beat, and there are some of these that I'm like, oh yeah, they were from there, there are some of them, but then there are some that were just random in the background. There is no way, I don't think anybody remembers where they're actually from. Rebar Smoothie, Tansui, Daikon, Zuka, Sukune, Sugamichi, Jugemuko, Jaki, Shine, Charlotte Bavaroy, Charlotte Angel, Cicely, Sarai, Cornelia, Kimbo, Ginosuke, Kans, Kakunoshin, Oran, Olav, Ottoland, Taka, Ally, Rivers, Yatape, Masui, Hocha, Brew, Hirayu, Hanzo, Hareji, Grasshopper Man. Oh, we've moved on now. We're at 1389. The British will be very upset at Paki. Nureonna, Natto, Tonjil, Toyama Tsujigiro, Caesar, Sholzo, Jujiro, Charlotte Zucotto, Charlotte Kanten, Kiev, Elio, Vitan, Eves, Amadob, Atagoyama, Asla, Mayushka, Mash, Hawkman, we're at 1353 now. Bakuri, Pavlik, Huck, Archaeologist of O'Hara, Herb, Nokopti, Abscondo. Who is Abscondo? Rope Master Chap, Nangi, Doringo, Donanoyo, Tenjo Sagari, Demoniayo, Degoro, Tsurue Monnosuke, Stroganoff, Ske, Charlotte Mash, Charlotte Uiro, Scimitarta, Salt Grill, Komane, Goki, Koda. Komane is the princess that Kobe rescued, right? Kobe, Kurozumi Higurashi, very low, and Kurozumi Semimaru, maybe the same person voting for both of them, very low for characters who actually potentially affect the lore, given that they were connected with all the Kaido stuff and they had devil fruits that somehow ended up with Bartolomeo and Bon Clay. Candy, Chocho, not the, well, I guess that'd be Shushu or something, yeah, or Shosho, but not that one, not the dog. Chocho, Ettara Chaonkai, Wallam, Wolf. Wolf is the teacher we got recently. Amba, Agushili, Rodi, who was one of the, and now we're into 1317 with Rodi, who was one of the guardians of the night from the Minx. Lemon Cheese, Renona Topaka, Madillo Man, Horseman, Courthouse Guard Dog Unit, Francois, Hirogomon, Hungan, Baxcon Newbon Tonsfer Donkino, Dolan, Dr. First Aid, Chochin Man, Chess Kipper, Senno Rikyuru, Zaid, Junon, Charlotte Laurin, Charlotte Saint Mark, Charlotte Almeg, Saitank. So Almeg is lower than like Nutmeg and Allspice and whatever all the other ones were. Guillotine, Kibagairu, Ganryu, Gatten Shochi no Scale, Catacombo, Urban, Umit, Sea Hippo, Uzu, Vincent, Ammonites, and then we're on to into the top 1300. We're at 1293 with Dufeld. Let me check the recording, make sure everything, yeah, it looks fine. Julius, Mugen, Mihal, Mr. Momota, Mikazuki, Mouseman, okay, Pomsky, Hoisasa, Bjorn, Hippanate, Pert, WCI 31, the whole Cake Island 31, Burr, Serizawa. I'm surprised they didn't all have individual names, all 31 of them. Charlotte Wafers, the Koala Gang, Thunder, the Sleep Did, Kasagoba, Epony, Aegir, Sea Rabbit, Aggie 68, Outlook the Third, and on to our tie for 1270, you have Yotsubane, Mr. Mellow, Marilyn, Blakey, Bushiri, Bizarre, Beer the Sixth, Bankro, Devil Diaz, Chow, Chihaya, Wannabe Liked, Sind, Charlotte Brownie, Charlotte Nougat, Charlotte Dos March, Giberson, Garudan, Gazelle Man, kind of low for, again, more recognizable than these others. He showed up a bit. Okame, Egana, Uzuki Namida, Arthur, LaCroix. Okay, we're at 1240 with LaCroix, Monji, Mamimi, Mag, Hotori, Puppu, Tank Lapanto, Tabu Hachiro, Duck Brie or Ducky Brie, Jumper, Charlotte Mondi, Charlotte Mozart, Charlotte Marnier, Charlotte Noisette, Charlotte Nuji, Charlotte Deschat, Charlotte Chiboost, Charlotte Cabaletta, Charlotte Akimeg. Right, it was like Nutmeg, Akimeg, or Natsumeg, because like Nutmeg, Natsumeg, and they went with the different seasons. There was Fuyumeg and then Allmeg. Right. Thanklin, Kotori, Gyoro, Captain Goo, Kimmel, Tusk, Gangaru, Almighty Domingos, Sea Bear, Mother Aswa, Agyo Fighting Lion, and then into the 1215 Wanyudo, a character here, Ross, Dr. No Shirtcuts Tofemi, Stingmore, Mani, Matryoshka, Macro, Babomba, Blue Jam, wow, Blue Jam's down here, Bishonurionna, Humphrey, Nerine, Dobon, Sumonsieur Kamaya, Sugaru Umi of the Doubt Brothers, Shirora, Charlotte Broyer, Charlotte Bascart, Charlotte Tablet, Charlotte Dacoy, Gorishiro, Graham, Kamakiri Girl, Fugartwood, Fugar the Adventurer, Legram, Raijin, Mochi, and then some of these names, like hearing Adventurer, these are totally like the localized official translation type names. But starting with 1194, with Langram, Raijin, Mochi, Meadows, Meidi, Milo, Wampoko, Hold'em, Peppoco, Saint Pluming, Foot Bianco, Hildmungard, Beetleman, Snot Me. So they really called him Snot Me, the fake Captain Kuro. Chess Peacekeepers. I wonder what their real names are for the ones that do have like the bad localization names like they'll do for Inuarashi and Nekomamushi. Sharingal, Destiny, Charlotte Harumeg, Komadir, Kappa, Inhel, Lowing, Max Marks, Mashikaku. Okay, we're at 17 or 1178. Mashikaku, Bao, Nin, Chokume no Chosuke. So did they just do all of the, for like the random village children in Wano or whatever, they had all of the Jugembo names? Because I've seen a couple here. Take, Zodia, Sauce, Charlotte Prim, Charlotte Nugo, Kebi, Groggysaurus, Nimble Fuars, Kairen, Elmi, and 1167, or starting with Leonero, Lines, Monda, Mummy, Pellini, Fiance, Wood, Spandine, Shinosuke, Zanki, Gotti, Kamijiro, into 1143 with Rokkaku, Ramba, Lakuba, Yamon, Poppoku, Wheel, Boo, Pansy, Palms, Tokijiro, Linaria the Igniter, Taro, Tama the Sphinx, Charlotte Nusan, Sheep's Head, Sandora Lizard, Coma Bird, Komakov, Mushroom, Crone Oli, Ganista, Utan Divers, the Utan Divers are here, Ratherby Cypher, Iloan, and then into 1131 with Owada Zane, Forest Boss. Our ties are getting shorter and shorter. Forest Boss, Sawyer Wayback, Pickles, Dr. Potsun, Judy, Charlotte Nushi, Comadane, Corgi, Great Michael, Glut Bunny, the Ear God, Gambo, into 1118 with Mr. Love, Matrio Seka, Heppoko, Fuza. I remember Fuza. He's the bird from the one Sky Knight. Hippie the Skull Curry, Beak Remark, again, same amount of votes as who is Beak Remark, Dr. Oo, Antlerkov, Taralan, Scorpion Lady, Wood, Charlotte Nuichi, Charlotte Kompo, Gancho, we're at 1101 with the 11 Righteous Jurors, Belladonna, the Cheekbones, Fukumi, Tamachibi, Seto, Splatter, Staby, Wanna Be Loved, Judge George, Charlotte Counter, Third Rate Chump, Koito, Cayman Lady, Wood, Octopaco, Eric, Eddie, Uzuki Tempura, Loans, and with Loans we are into our top 1100. We're at 1081. Nota Magician, Porshimi, Peach Colored Hornets. I'm hating some of these cringe ass localized names. Catfish Village Elder, Tosa, Dadidi, Takeru the anthropomorphized form, Shamba, Saint Jamak, Jigoku Benten. Wood? I don't really remember her that well. Seagull Gons Nozodon, Kombu, Kunyun, Wood, yeah. Taka, Takao, Oide. And if we're including some of these, like the anthropomorphized forms, I think we could have had, I don't know if the filler characters were included, but we could have included filler characters if we're including some of these. Ultra King, Uklissia, Dumas Regal the Ninth, Akumai, and we're into 1065 with Roki. I do not remember that color scheme. Eureka, Yui, Matriosaka, Mad Saurus, Fugetsu Umutsubi, Bio, Puzzle Scorpions, T the Fourth, Choi, Goro, Genrin. I'm terrible at Genrin. Ketchach, Kaneshiro, Kazembo, Ankoro. Who the hell's voting for Kazembo? Fourth Rate Jump, Mr. Shimizu. We're into 1050 now. Papas, Hasaikai, anthropomorphized form. Thorman, Tight Roar Funan Boros, Splash, Skull, Charlotte Maple, Gizmonda, Camille, Grabba, the Ghost Muma, Imbi, Aru Aruyuka Tayan the Fifth, Warney. Oh, so the Wanigator is at 1032 with Lady Tree, Moai, Maki. I forget what Lady Tree's name was originally. Home, the bull, Purudu the Brave, Fuga, Pizarro, Barry, Bakura, Negi, George Mock, Charlotte Melisse, Charlotte Fuyumeg, Charlotte High Fat, the Army Wolves, Kikipatsu, the Sea Squirrel. And then into 1014, we have Rek, Ramen, Mr. 11. So we're almost done with this section. Matrio Soka, Lun the Machete, Magara, Poro, Hyota, Beryl, Basilisk, Chap, Giovanni. Wow, one of the musketeers this low. Charlotte Anglaise, Koze, one of the main three musketeers. Koze, Gode the Wise, General Galaxy, Karma, and Albion. That is it before we're moving in to our top 1,000. And this is going to be our top 1,000 all the way toward the top 800. Okay, so let's move back down to the bottom again, and I'll get some water really quick. 998, we have Rabbitman, Yorul, not to be confused with Yarul, the Mansion Guards, Minnow Zebra, Pitamu, Peterman, Hound, Charlotte Montbee, Charlotte Snack, Sambal, Sally Isn't Swanette, come on, Kuromarimo, Kisagawa, Gambia, Minister of the Right, Ikeros Much. And then into 980, we have Lulis, Yoshimoto, Manticore, Captain Macro, Oinkchuk, Boogie, Fenrir the Muma, Genghis Ban, Dr. Nako, the Fighting Fish, Tsunagoro, Sphinx, Charlotte Bassans, Giro Chintaro, Kandre, Keegan, Bunkov, Andre, Miles, Bomba, B-Girl, Wood, Pandora. Okay, we're at our tie for 971. Saint Don Quixote Shivercoloro, Jaguar, Charlotte Normand, Charlotte Nutmeg, Wood, Gyol, and our tie for 955, Crocodile, Dreamkoi, Yamanahare, Mokheka, Mishinin Kashable, Marie, Busho, Noriko, Damask, Shandia Chief, Gorilla, Coffee Monkeys, Kukai, Kikyo, Kasa, Ukari Tsurube. It's just crazy how some of these are actual recognizable characters and some of these are who's. And then our tie for 940 is Mizuta Madaisuke, Hera, Briscola, Fukurokuju. Wow, all the time we spent on Fukurokuju and Hera for them to be this low. Nitro, who I forgot Nitro existed. Wow. Tori, Drug Peklo, who we never really went anywhere with him, did we? Giron. Giron was, one of the leaders in the revolutionaries. Charlotte Hache, Clap, Kumadori Yamanbako, Gyogyo, Epoida, Arrow, Adele, nice side boob, Rabian. I forgot about Rabian too. Armored Stone, we're into our tie for 930, so we're going from a tie of 15 to a tie of 10, yeah? Rabian, Armored Stonefish, Moroyon, Mosh, Bluegrass, Dr. Honna, Dogya, Nita Hand, Thalassa Lucas, Gaburu, and then we have our tie for 914th, Mill Pine, Minorinoceros, Mr. Beans, Maria Napole, Saiyan Goabirds, Mountain Ricky, Hihimaru, Babanuki, Hatsume, Terry, Chabo, Charlotte Marble, Columbus, very fine work. Alpaca Man, Here Comes Dasun, and then we have with 907 Saint Rosward, Hototogisu, Daruma. Who is voting for Daruma? I remember thinking Daruma was super annoying, at least in the anime. I guess in the manga, you don't have to deal with the voice acting of Fishman Island as much. Jackson Burner, then Charlotte Panna. Sorry, I hope you can't hear that. There is a gnat just buzzing around my mic. You shouldn't be able to hear that, I would hope. Charlotte Panna, Minister of the Left, Iron Boy Scotch. Then into our top 900, we are at our tie for 894 with Ririka, The Risky Brothers, Yomo, Moji, Poker, Human Drill, Himuro, Bubblegum, Pacifista Mark III, Charlotte FLA, Mother Carmel, Acceligator, Ayo, Bingo, Hustle, and we're at 886 now with Bingo, Hustle, Pacifista Police, Sanka. Sanka's the first one of these we've seen, right? So Nika, Yonka, and Yonka 2 are still going to be around. Same with Ichika. Sanka was the lowest. Kuribu, Sergeant Cosmo, Ocho, Esta, and then our tie for 880 is Big Bun, Draugr Muma, Diesel, Daigin, Charlotte Citron, Sandora Catfish. Our tie for 875 is Mizuta Mawari Totsuki, Poppy, Chome, Wood, I think. Stay Alive. Man, we really gotta... I hate scanlations. Not scanlations, I hate official translation so much. I don't know. What's wrong? I don't know. Not a fan. Hippo Gentleman. Then we have, starting with 870, House, Charlotte Mobile, Charlotte Gala, Kinderella, and Gummer the Anthropomorphized Bag. And then our tie for 860 is Yonka, Bobby Funk, Bian, Nezumi. Okay. Delacquaji, Tart Tanks, Spider Mouse, Karine, that's the one that looks like Usopp, Ushiano, Uwashol. We really, man, total localizer homelessness. Evil, like, tie for 854, Evil Heron, Crescent Moon Gary, Diaz Barrels, Stalker, Emma, Seabor, and then tie for 848, Unigato, Potato, Compo, Carne, Blockhead, Ino Ichiban Nosuke, Pump, Spring Octopus, 843, Spring Octopus, Dr. Tsukimi, Charlotte Yuen, Kinkobito, wow, the Kinokobito, the one that was stabbed in the book. Our tie for 838, we have Spectre, Giola, Sape. Who is voting for these characters? Ageha Woman, Asilia, and then in 829th place, Marin Mato, Very Good, Porkswagon, DeCalvin Brothers, Island Eater, and Jigoku Kumabuta Megaten Panchiro, Ipponume, and Ichika. In 821st, we have Recycali, Unicorn, UK, Moody, Mario, Brahm, Daisy, Frogtoes Ribatini, and then in 815th place, we have Lasky, Yamakaji, Maynard, McKinley, Fenbach the Gourd, Kashigami's Offspring, and in 806th place, Lily, Bloomerine, Tilestone, Charlotte Yokonde, Shimotsuki Furiko, Sansuke Octopus, Quincy, Dumas Phase, and... oh, because dumbass face. Beanwashing Hag. And that takes us to the top 800. We're going to get around 200 more here. And I guess I should get more water. And I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh with localizers just trying to have fun, but I'd rather just... with other things, it's one thing, and there are good and bad examples of things, but I hate it with names. I really just give us their names. They're proper nouns. They're names. And it's gonna, like, the worst cases are like Inuadashi and Nekomamushi. Those are literally their names. Why are you calling them Dog Storm and Cat Viper? We aren't calling Nami Wave. Her name is Nami. Like, I don't know. It's bothering me. especially since most of them are so cringy. But let's go to the top 800. Okay, so we'll have to scroll down again. We have 800th place, a tie between Yuta, Peachbeard, Hawker, Hyozo, Sham, and these are all getting into characters that are definitely recognizable at this point. Charlotte Dolce, Sham and Butchie both did really poorly. 796th place, Black, the anthropomorphized Black Kabuto, Buchi, Piper, and Nidhogg Muma. In 789th place, the Mountain Boar, Torasaburo, Den, the Coding Frankie's brother, Tom Coding Frankie's brother, or whatever, Taroimo, Dogma, Griffin the Sword, anthropomorphized, these faces are insane, the Goldfish Princess, and in 788th place, Victimothy Crucifixio, big eye roll, Wakasa, Capote, and 777th place, the High-Speed Fox, Blenheim, Nefertari Titi, Dosun, Consulat. So 2 of the 3 Musketeers down now, Kelly Funk, Kashi, and I think we already had the other Funk brother, didn't we? Kashi down here, damn, poor Kashi, man, that's really low for him. Rice, Atmos, and then 773rd place, Minatomo, Still Alive, Cancer, and Oimo. Wow, Oimo and Kashi, oof. 765th place, Yuki, Sorcery Climattack to anthropomorphize. Hamburg, Express Lobster, Chuchun, Squard, Jigoro, and Curiel. In 761st place, Yama, Flapper, Justy Tinbread, and Charlotte Droguet. Then 757th place is Minokoala, Passia, if she's the one I'm thinking of, would. Dogura, Black Blade Knight Lady, Sword. Oh, okay, just female version of the Black Blade Knight. Dragon number 21 then is alone. Dragon number 21 is alone in 756th place. Is that our first one? And in 754th, we have Panshark and Captain Seamars. In 750th, we've got Murei Baburu, Snow Queen, Shimotsuki Kozaburo. And in 745th place, we have Hilden and Namingheim. Oh, we actually have Nazu, Ketaga, Ri, Naka something. Then Local Sea Monster from Long Ring Long Land, and the Aristocroc. Aristocroc getting Gig getting above Oimo and Kashi. Then in 740th, we have a Lip Service Doti. Hop, Charlotte Yascarpone. What? Kozuki Sukiyaki. Wow, that's really low. Good. Screw Wano Slop. And Gimlet. In 736, we have Speed Jill, Sweet Pea, Kotatsu, Antonio. 732, we have Mr. 7, Tate, the Western Bird, and the Western Bird and Eastern Bird tied. And then in 731st, one spot to themselves, Gong Get It One Piece. Ugh. Then 726th place, we have I always talk shit about the official translation being bad, but these names are just like, my hatred level is rising more and more for what I consider to be a not good translation. 726th place, we have the Territorial Sea Slugs, Dr. Blackbeard. This Blackbeard got his doctorate. Sadahebi, wood. She is ranked this low, but Sadahebi, oof, yes, please. Queen, and then 726, also the Golden Rhinoceros Beetles for the Yellow Cubs. In 723rd, we have Hip, Charlotte Cadenza, and Samurai Bats. In 720th, we have Ryuboshi and Motobaro. And also Charlotte Moscato. In 719th, to herself, we have Hiramela. In 7/17th, we have Fossa in Solo. In 7/14, we have brand new. Who is voting for Buffalo? If we have most hated characters in One Piece, Buffalo might be my most hated character in One Piece. He is so fucking ugly, and in the anime, his voice is so annoying, and we have like, of course, anime post-time skip One Piece pacing, but also especially around like Dressrosa type area. Oh, Buffalo is the worst. The worst. If we were to do a most hated character poll, Buffalo might be number 1 for me. And Don Quixote homing. In 710th place, we have Michael, Hammond, Charlotte Nestorte, Idea Man. In 709th, we have Zeppo. In 706th, we have Dr. Fishbone, Terracotta, and Sola. In 705th, we have Kashigami. In 704th, we have Pudding, Kashigami getting way higher than their descendant that was actually in the arc. 703rd, Batman. A bunch of single places in a row. We're starting to get away from some ties here, which is wild to think of, given how many votes you must have to be getting away from ties. All of these characters must have, we don't get vote counts, but they must have like maybe over 100 or close to over 100 to be separating out this much. Again, as somebody who's run a character poll, for them to be separating out this much already, they must have a good amount of votes. And even when you think about it, if you think about all the separate places we've had so far, if you go, that is 0 votes, 1 vote, 2 vote, and we've probably had so many different places so far. And we might have even skipped numbers where nobody got that exact vote amount. We could be up in the like near 100 or 100 plus vote by now. That's insane for these characters. So Batman, and then our top 700 at 699, we have Mornin, John Giant, Ohm, the Lizard Runners. In 694th, we have Farul, the Carrier Bat, Tiffany, and Charlotte Kato, and Amazon. In 692nd, we have Jeet and Gina. So Jeet doing worse than Abdullah? I don't think we've seen Abdullah yet, yeah? In 683rd, we have Bent and Napoleon and the Rainbow Moray brothers, and Dragon number 13, and Dr. Indigo. So yeah, we're counting questionably canon characters. They were in a movie, but the movie was also kind of somewhat canon. We have Miss Chicken and Shusui, the sword, anthropomorphized. Also King Du and the Sea Ants. In 680th place, we have Dr. Mutzel, Miss Katharina, Mick Guy. In 674th place, Russian, Blamenko, Disc J, Estrid, Ook, Anjo, Marmietta. 669th place, we have Marmietta, the Blue Gory, Boxer, Gathrin, and the Extra Girl sword. And it says Lolly on her shirt. Then in 665th place, we got Blackback, Donovan, and Strawberry. Also Buckox. In 662nd place, we have Doma, Zombi, Cerberus the Sword. In 660th place, we got Prometheus, Nunde. In 658th place, we have Charlotte Mukuru and Centaur. In 657th place, we have Miyagi. In 655th, we have Minotaurus and Alpha. In 652nd, Charlotte Raisin, Jerry, and Sam. Just sounds like random people. At 649th, Peeply Lulu, Tamagon, Coco. 648th, Moose. 643rd, Mizerka, Bankina, Soul Solid, the sword anthropomorphized. And at this point, I'm struggling with the numbers because they're all just blending together. It's been so much. Spoil, Gion, Maha. In 641st is Buckingham, Stussy, and Maha, specifically. In 638th, Baskerville, Standai Kisetsu, Saikuro. In 634th, Hiroshi, Hamlet, The Sea Kitten, Abdullah. In 631, Terry Gilteo, Stanson, Charlotte Mascarpone. Why is Mascarpone so high? In 629th, Bunch and Dobi Ibadombo. 627th is Bon de Dessine and Loki Clown. Oh my god! I want to say very mean things. 625th place, Mombleton and Charlotte Daifuku. 623rd place, Snails and the Seraphim Gecko Moria, who we haven't even really been introduced to. S. Gecko, I would assume. In 620th, Pepper and the Northbird and Tokikake. So the Admiral candidates not doing very well, Gion and Tokikake. Then in 617th, Rakuyo, Night Crab Girl, Charlotte Flampe, who a lot of people hate, but is recognizable. Roshio in 615th, along with the Sea Dog Patrolman. 614 is the Snowbird. 611 is Red King, Mr. 4, Happa Yamao. In 610 is the Vega Force 1, who I guess counts as a character. 608 is Bariete and Hack. Wow, Hack not doing that well. Also Bariete, I thought Bariete was kind of annoying. 607th place, we have the Sea Monkey, the fake Frankie Turk. Mayor Boodle is in 603rd, tied with the 100 doctors, who were the 20 doctors, the 20 MDs, and Aladdin. Okay, so now we move to the top 600, and we're going to be going around 100 places each now. Okay, catching my breath a little bit. This is going to be very long. And so far, for you, you've just heard me name off numbers and names, and I have, commented a little on how characters are doing, but they're mostly just nothing. They're mostly just nobody characters that didn't actually play any role. We get a couple like Boodle or Aladdin here and there that I might comment on, but mostly kind of nothing. If anything, the sad ones are the ones that are actually important characters who went lower than actual real normal or not like actual real normal characters. You know what I mean. So no crazy shocks so far, I guess. Like Boodle and Aladdin, like they're neat and all, but it's not like I'm expecting them to push top 100 or anything. So no crazy upsets, but there are some upsets, like how low Oimo and Kashi were and stuff like that. But again, if you're voting for Oimo and Kashi, you're probably not voting for Oimo and Kashi. You're probably voting for like Dorian Brogy or somebody. So you're probably voting for somebody else. Either way, with that aside, but again, it's much like Pokemon. Maybe everyone is someone's favorite. It's probably not like that. Some of these are probably nobody's favorite. They just got votes because people wanted to vote for something that not many people would vote for. But either way, let's move into the top 600. 599th is Riku Doldo III, who I actually like. Nash, Charlotte Opera, Boss. 598th, Johanna, who, if I speak cancellation. 594th, Boa Marigold, and Needle God, and Connie, and Spara Heatpack, oh my god. 591st, Miss Friday, the Fake Nami, Satori, who is voting Satori. 590th is Stomp. 587th is Miss Monday, Fortrix, oh god, Fortrix. This poor man. And the Cerberus Zombie. In 584th, who is voting Cleone? Like, I get some of these, like Fortrix is funny, the Cerberus I like the gags with, but Cleone? Otsuru is kind of cute. Like getting some votes. I liked Otsuru and Kinemon's stuff. And then Some. Then 800 or 581st, Yarisugi, who I don't even know that well. Moji. Moji's kind of low, actually. Moji's kind of funny. Uni, who? I mean, just one of the random heart pirates. In 574th, we have Hogback, Foss. Charlotte Anana, Kong, who's wasting votes on Kong. Gamora, Kurubi, Ito Mimizu, who is voting Ito Mimizu. Attach, the previous Mr. 7 is in 571st. Bunny Joe and Terra. In 569th, we have the Rug Bear and Cotton. Wood. 600 or 568th Sicilian, so that's our third of the Musketeers. None of the Musketeers did that well. 566th Unforgivable Mask. Earth Boss. Ivan the 10th is in 565th. In 563rd, we have Mino Chihuahua, who's adorable, and Meow Meow Myormani. In 562nd, Hikoichi Huikal is in 560th, along with Daedalus. In 559th is Blue Gilly. 557th is Drophy or Miss Merry Christmas and Charlotte Custard. 555th is Bourbon Jr. and the Skyfish. 554th is Sodom. 550 is Ho. How'd you get in there the second? Brown Draws Beardriguez or Brown Beard and Carlesso Ukari. 548th is the Child Mountain Boar and Edward Weevil. In 545th is Mozu Brontosaurus, Spring Arrow, okay, or Spring Sparrow, I guess. Yeah, that was one of the things that was drawn by Kanjuro, right? And then 542nd is Bastille, Pincers, and Kojiro. Kojiro? Why? Who and why and anything? 541st, Tristan Wood. 538th, Morgan Strusen and Charlotte Poiret Wood. 536th, Ron Shoujo. 535th, Chu. 532nd, Yarul. Blue Fan and Kiwi. 530th, Mashida and is it Janongo? 529th, Goldberg. 528th, Yagara. 524th, Hanger, Solitaire, Suleiman. I like Suleiman. And Scotch. What are they doing with the Yeti Cool Brothers up here this high? Who is voting the Yeti Cool Brothers like this? 523rd, Sherry. 522nd, Gyro. 520th, Zao and Capone Pez. 519th, S Shark. So is S Shark beneath S Flamingo and S what's the other? S Croc? We haven't seen those two yet. Then we have 517th is Richie, could have been higher, and Iskat. 515th is Minatomo from the East Blue and Patty. 513 is Haramakiko, the anthropomorphized Haramaki, and Nekozaimon. 512 is Brahm. 509 is Pound, Sarfunkel, and Urashima. Urashima is the Wano Slop standout here. Pound was pretty good, actually. Though I think Pound shouldn't have had the Will of P. I don't know, maybe the happy endings are fine or whatever. But, I thought Pound's story was good, pre-Will of P. Then we have 508, the Super Snowman. 507, Moneypenny. 506 is Koshido. 505 is Ilva. 503 is Ripper. 503 is also Salo for some reason. And 502 is Joseph. Who is voting him? Well, like some of these I get, they're kind of interesting. Some of these, they're not even interesting. I don't know why. I don't know why you're voting for these. But either way, let's hit the top 500. Let's not look at spoilers and go down here. In 499th, we have Don Marlin, Komachio, Cowboy. So Don Marlin makes it, but Ragnar doesn't, because Ragnar's not in the poll, right? So we got Don Marlin, Komachio, and Cowboy. In 496th, we have Margarita and Calicoach and Kikoku, the anthropomorphized Twaring. Something keeps making my nose itch. In 494th, we have Prince Barrett. That's not how I remember him looking. 594th, Howling Gab as well. 593rd is Mary. 591st is Sanwan Wolf and Genbo, one of the Blackbeard pirates coming in, barely breaking the top 500. Then in 489th, I saw something. We have Hamburger. Sorry for the rapid cut. I had to sneeze. But also Tomato Gang. But what I saw was 497th is Rock. Once again, the Yeti Hole brothers. But is this because Rock made it? Is it a rock star type situation? And also Spacey is here in 487th. 46th is Vanderdecken the Ninth. 485th is Dos Koi Panda. 484th is Dunchin Jiao. 483rd is Domokun. People just looked at the image and voted, I guess. Same with Josh in 481st, but in 42nd is Milky, and in 479th is Makino's Baby. Makino's Baby. Also, Charlotte Cinnamon. 477th is Mellow and Baron Tamago. 476 is Onion. 474 is Orlumbus. Did Carrot make it the highest of the Onion, Carrot, Pepper trio because of the other Carrot? They should have just called them Ninjin, Tamanegi, whatever. But I guess they didn't expect someone to literally come along later and be actually named Carrot. 474, poor Orlumbus, our lowest of the Grand Fleet representatives, yeah? I think. I don't think we've gotten to Ideo yet, and I like Ideo. 474th, Victoria Broth Splatterina. 472nd is both Wadatsumi and Alice. Wadatsumi would also be up there with Buffalo on my hated One Piece characters. Again, combination of ugly design and I cannot stand the voice. Combination of those things. Alice is the cover arc office lolly that what's his face picks up. The guy Iceberg hires to replace Khalifa. Then 471st is Oars. That's kind of low for Oars. Yeah. 470th is Robson. 469th is Lasso. 468th is the Snow Leopard. 467th is Elizabello II, who I like. 466th is Yonka 2. 465th is Avalo Pizarro, another of the Blackbeard pirates. 464th is Haradas, also known as Merlin with the Drip. 462nd is Polo Graham. Polo Graham is in the poll, and Charlotte Cornstarch. 459th is Holy, and Heno Unchi. 459th is Neptune. 458th is Roranoa Pinzoro. Zoro fans. Yeah, you got a little bit of derangement going on, guys. 457th, Charlotte Chiffon. 456th, Soul Death. 454th, Wado Ichimonji, the Sword. 454th is also Bobbin. You know, I just now thought, now knowing what's not in the top 100, I could have made top 100 predictions if I had done this early enough. Maybe tonight I'll go and make a prediction bracket, like a chart or something. Maybe I'll do something like that for when I do my reaction on Sunday or Monday. Maybe I'll make that. I might. Okay, so we have Wado Ichimonji the Sword, Bobbin, Sarkis, Pika in 451st tied with Nero. 449th is the Straw Hat human form, and Yuana My Clothes. 448th is Vega Pants. 447th is Chuji. Chuji. 446th is Kamakiri. 445th is Miss Father's Day. 444th is Yosaku. 443rd is Ganzui, making it kind of high. 442nd, Taco. 441st, Bao Huang. Maybe would. 440th is Stainless. 443rd is Biblo, the Owl. 438 is also Doberman. 436 is Ace, the anthropomorphized form, and Dog Penguin. 435th is Shootin. Who is voting for Shootin Maru? That's a Wano Slop character if ever there was some Wano Slop. 434th is Daifugo. I shouldn't call it Wano Slop. I should call it Wano Piece, just to separate out that it isn't One Piece. It's only kind of canon. It's Wano Piece. You know, we had to suffer through reading Wano Piece for a couple years. But, you know, before that we got to read One Piece, which was great. And after that we got to go back to reading One Piece, which was great again. Wano Piece is just, they're being nice to whoever wrote Wano Piece and including it. Then we got 434th is Daifugo, 433rd is Smiley, 432nd is the Stray Fox or Fake Chopper, 431 is Stronger, 430th is the Sea Cat, 428th is a tie between Mikio Ito and Panda Woman Me. Then 427th is Cub, 425th is the Banana Gator and Dalmatian, 424th is Isa, 422nd is the just main Pacifista, 422nd is also Diamante, 421st is Vito, 419th is Orodo and Shu. I mean, Shu took out one of Zoro's swords, right? Actually put in some work. 418th is Raizo, 417th is Onigumo, 416th is Jin Rummy, who has to only be up this high because she is hot. 415th, Transponder Snail. 413th, Nefertari Lili. 413th, Orochi, who, people wanted him to get off the screen when he was around. 412th, Fukaboshi. Did Fukaboshi do worse? I don't remember Monboshi and the other one. I guess maybe we've seen them already. I don't remember seeing those two already. But Fukaboshi's got to be higher, right? Fukaboshi was actually a good character and not just a gimmick. 411, John Bart. 410, Monk Vice. 409, Heat. 408, Wire. Heat and Wire, right beside each other there. 407th, Vin Smoke Judge. Pretty low, but again, who really likes Judge? Then again, who the fuck likes Orochi? But he's here. 406th, Roxanne, don't even know. 405th, Gem, aka Mr. Vive. 404th, Bumboku. 402nd is a tie between Fukuro and Katarina Devon. I love how many Blackbeard pirates aren't even top 400. A lot of the Blackbeard pirates are, to be fair, so lame. No aura. Their designs are so lame. And I, am not even that excited for them. Blackbeard really does not have the strongest crew out there. Maybe in terms of power, we don't really know. We don't know what they might be throwing out here in the future randomly, but they're so lame. Again, just no aura. No aura. But then we have, and I guess you could say that writing-wise, that's kind of something that's been done with Blackbeard himself, where he, most of the time, just doesn't look cool in terms of he gets embarrassed all the time. And for a lot of series, you don't let big, important antagonistic characters like that get embarrassed the way that Oda lets Blackbeard get embarrassed. But that's something that is told to us through the story about his character, the way we're allowed to just see him fail a lot. But where was I at? Top 400? Yep. 400th place is a tie between Salome and S-Bear, who again, I don't remember seeing S-Croc or S-Flamingo yet. So, the Crocodile and Doflamingo upscale, even for their Seraphim, is crazy. Kind of like the characters that are getting upscaled by Zoro and stuff. 399th was Nasu, or the Eggplant Soldier. 398th is Onimaru, who I liked. I liked Onimaru. 397th is Randolph. 396th is Igaram. Wow, Igaram, it's kind of low. I think that's kind of low. Then again, we're in this place where it's hard to tell with some of these characters. I think it's a little low, though. 395th, Little Ors Jr. 394th is Dive, especially when I don't even know all that much about who Dive even is. 393rd is Absalom. 392nd is Matsuge. 391st is Cloudy Clover. 390th is Katsuzo. Don't 100% remember. Then 389th is Peak of the Crotch. Ugh. 388th is the Octobaloon. 387th is Wangji or Ochoku. 385th is Bonk Punch. 385th is also Treble. 384th is McTrenald. And 383rd is King Bomb, the trees beside each other. 382nd is Nika. Nika! 381st is Gyaro. 380th is Suzume. 379th is Tensei or Kuroma. Crazy that Kuroma did so much more well than, what was it, Chaton and Momosagi. Then 378th is Pagaya, 377th is Kyo, 376 Charlotte Galette. Who would? Ooh, buttery. God, why'd I say that? She excretes butter. She would taste of butter. She would be a very unhealthy significant other to have, I suppose. 374th Hakugan. I mean, I guess the mask looks kind of cool and all, but also tied with Toad Boynosuke. Then 373rd Geratsu. 372nd Mogura the anthropomorphized form. Okay, this one kind of based though. I love that drawing. 368th Rindo and Megalo and Scarlet and Kumadori. Then 366th is Wanzei, and even the fake Zoro is getting upscaled. 361st is a tie between Moon Isaac Jr., Fukaboshi did get below that, Mamboshi, S. Flamingo, Charlotte Oven, and Cologne. And then we've got 360th is Tsurame. 350, and again, Colin, I get it, because you don't want people just calling him Colin, but I also think he is named after the Colognes, which is why it's Cologne. Then 359th, we have Musi. 358th, we have Shinobu. 357th, we have Shalria Wood. 356th, we have Mjolsgard. 355th, Fake Sanji defeated Fake Zoro. Hang on now. I think that for when we get into the main top 100, the exciting stuff for the top 100 is not going to be the very top characters, because the very top characters are usually mostly the same, but we could have some huge upsets. Like if Sanji finally overcomes Zoro, that would be crazy. 354th is Faust, who does look pretty cool. 352nd is Carrot and Tonji, is Carrot getting the upscale from the other Carrot? Because he's like way higher than Onion and Pepper. Piemon and Tamaneki. We've got 351st Caribou, 350th Genzo, who I like, 349th Yokozuna, 347th Building Snake. Don't really remember. 357th Ikaku, again, some of these are like, I don't see it, guys. I don't know why. We're voting this high. 346th, and there is the G. It's loud G. 345th, Funk Freed. 343rd, Jozu and Shura. Shura way higher than his mount. In 342nd, Gyatsu, who, again, I still don't get it. 341st, Limburg. 340th, St. Satchel's Mafi. I mean, I kind of get they're one of the God's Knights, and they were just introduced kind of recent, so recency bias, but this is high. 339th Aphalandra, that's a horny vote if I've ever seen one. 338th Monster, that's a meme vote if I've ever seen one. 337th, The News Coup. 336th, Charlotte Lola, okay. Have we seen Chiffon yet? I don't think we have. I like Lola. Lola's whatever. I really like Chiffon's character. I don't think we have seen Chiffon yet. I really like Chiffon. So if we haven't, I am glad she's this high. 335th Q, 334th Toto. What I just saw is 333rd. Southbird, way higher than Northbird, who was way higher than the East and West birds. 332nd, Barbell, ridiculously high. 331st, Hanafuda. Who was Hanafuda again? Why are they this high? 330th, Whitey Bay. 329th, Wapple. My favorite characters, Whitey and Cracker. We haven't seen, that just made me think, we haven't seen, Cracker yet. So, sorry, that just made me think of that. 329th, the Wapple. 328th, Kozuki Toki. 326th, the Vasco Shot for some reason, tied with Cosette. 325th, Topman Warcury. That's our lowest I'm surprised the Gorosei weren't a little lower. I didn't really think people vibed with the Gorosei that much, but Topman Mercury, our lowest Gorosei at 325th, I think. 323rd, Mr. Snowman and Mr. 13. 322nd, Morley. 321st, Jesus Burgess. 320th, The Platypus. 319th, Camel. 318th, Full Body. 317th, Starry for some reason. 316th, Sue. Sue is super cute. 315th, Maria Onion Bear. 314th is Ishili. People horny voting. Ishili was not a character. 313th, Sai. I really like Don Sai. If anything, too low. 312th, Rika. 311th, Johnny. Way higher than Yasaku. 310th, Nola. Okay, never mind. Nola is here. What was I thinking of? So Nola is here. 309th, we have Zunisha. If anything, Zunisha could be higher. I like Zunisha. 307th, we have Bluno and Spencer. Again, Spencer is just one of those like nobody crew members. 306, the local sea monster from the Goa Kingdom. I thought it was called like the Lord of the Shore or something like that. 306th, we have, or 305th, we have Crocus. Again, could be higher for me. I like Crocus. I think Crocus is really, really funny. 304th, Moda. 303, Pierre. I kind of love seeing Pierre get this kind of love. 302nd, Charlotte Mondor, who was like top 100 last time. Very high again still, but was kind of neat. And then 301st, we have Eris. And that brings us into, we got our top 300 and then just the top 200, and then we're done. This was actually all like interesting characters and fun character stuff though. But with that aside, let's check the top 300, and I should probably get some water first. 300th place is Ideo, and why is it spelled like that? 329 or 299th, Victoria Sindri. 298th, Pythagoras. Is Pythagoras the lowest Vegapunk? I'm surprised. In the midterms, the Vegapunks weren't very high, and I was like, oh, did people really not like the Vegapunks that much? I think that's our lowest. I mean, it makes sense. Pythagoras is, in my opinion, probably the least good Vegapunk, but yeah, I'm surprised all the Vegapunks made top 300, if that's the case. Even higher than the lowest Gorosei. 297th is Kabaji, and also puts into perspective how low Judge was at like 400 something. And some of the others. Omoi and Kashi very low, but then again, they really are just background characters, even though they're background characters who've been around a lot. 296 is Peckham's, who, again, I don't get it. I never liked any bit of Peckham's at all. I feel like he was so nothing at any point when he was around. 295th is Mocha, or Mocha, not sure which pronunciation. Then 294th, Heracleson. 292nd, Gloriosa. 292nd is also Wicca. If I had a time machine for Gloriosa, would write Wicca. Also, yeah. 291st, Domino. 290th, Conval. The picture they used had to have won him some votes. The picture they used won him some votes. Oh, the sloppening. Oh, the gross, sloppy sloppening of Shimotsuki Ushimaru. A nothing Wano Slop character, a nothing Wano Piece character. Is it just because he looks like Zoro that he gets this upscale? 290 or 289th? 288th, Ahiru. 287th, Roranoa Arashi. Oh, why just save the vote? If Sanji does beat Zoro now, these Zoro voters getting a little crazy and voting for some Roranoa Arashi, it's on you. It's on you. Whoever voted Roranoa Arashi, if Zoro's not in second place, it's on you. 286th place, St. Marcus Mars, which is wild to me because Mars is the coolest Gorosei. Mars absolutely had the most drip, the most style, the most aura of the Gorosei. Like, and then he's like fourth of them in these rankings, I think. I don't know about this. 285th speed? You bet I would. 284th Seda? That they're voting for that picture because I don't think that 90% of the people who voted for her could probably tell you who she is. I can't tell you who she is. 283rd place, Ippon Matsu. I guess. 282nd, Porsche. Man, like teen me back, like kid me getting into One Piece. Porsche. Oh yeah, baby. The wood. 281st, Tsuru. 280th, Pinky the Bird. 279th, Gladius. Oddly high. Maybe the hair in the picture, people were like, you know what? He looked kinda like a Dragon Ball. I vote for him. 279th, The Piercing Sisters. Anthropomorphized Zoro's earrings. Crazy high. 277th, Mr. 9. 276th, Chess. Have we seen Kuromarimo yet? Kuromarimo might be higher than Chess, in which case they are wildly high. They're higher than Wapol. What are these votes? 275th, Haruta. 274th, Ronya. Ronya? Kind of a goat. The Speech. 273rd, Dillinger. 272nd, Charlotte Praline. She's a married woman, you sicko. Would. Dachshund. If she wasn't married, of course. 270th, Charlotte Amand. 269th, Tritoma, potentially Luffy's mom. 268th, Shimotsuki Yasue, one of the only good Wano characters. 266th, Hachan and Kokoro. That's kind of low for Hachan. Maybe Kokoro too, I don't know. But that's kind of low for Hachan. 265th, Inazuma. I've always liked Inazuma, so works for me. 264th, Trafalgar Lamy. Again, Law voters, just give Law your votes. Maybe he could have been a little higher. There's no way this is some people's favorite. I mean, maybe that flashback really hit some people right in the spot below or right in the Kokoro. Maybe. But I don't know. 263rd, Jack. 262nd, Hody Jones. 261st, Dory. 260th, Hyogoro. 259th, Prince Gru. 256th, Barogi. So Dory and Barogi pretty close to each other. And, you know, they did well. I like them more than this, I think, but they did well. 257th, Nefertari Cobra. 256th, Toko. 255th, Otohime. 254th, Magnolia. 253rd, Vista. 252nd, Yorkie. Wildly high for Vista and Yorkie, I feel. 251st, Dalton, who I really like, so I'm cool with that. 250th, Charlotte Brûlée. I also, you know what? I like Brûlée. 249th for Pearl. People are going crazy. 248th, Virgo. Kind of also going crazy. I mean, he kind of looks cool. He was doing some Armamentaki stuff, but I don't know. I never really liked Virgo that much. 247th, the Klabautermann. 246th, Gombe. 245th, Papag, who I don't really care for. So, 244th, you, the ice cream girl. 243rd, Moncherry, who is, that's kind of a lot for Moncherry. 242nd, Lucky Roo. 241st, Mont Blanc Cricket. 240th, San Carlos, we're memeing. 239th, Jobo. What is wrong with all of you? 238th, Kami. 237th, Vinsmoke Sora, the Sanji upscale there. 236th, Zala or Miss Double. That is way too, that is egregiously high. 235th, Banzaburo. That's got to be some random meme vote I'm not aware of, but that is beyond egregiously high. 234th, Ripley. 233rd, Charlie. Oh boy, that is like a top 5 level wood for me. Oh baby. Transponder Snail in 232nd. Rocky in 231st. People have been unreasonably horny voting for her for decades now. 230th, Inuwa. What? Excuse me? They actually said Inuarashi? Yet they've had some of these other names, but we're actually getting to use Inuarashi? What? 220 9th, Sadi-chan, which is, just call her Sadi-chan. Little Sadi sounds, I don't know, it sounds weird, sounds wrong. 228th, Separate Jupiter. Then 227th is Von Auger, who, again, I guess one of the only kind of cool looking Blackbeard pirates. His Devil Fruit's also neat. 226th, Tom. 225th, a Whoop Slap. 224th, Saint J. Garcia Saturn. Which means we already did Jupiter. So, you people see a sword. I swear. So Venusture is the only one left. 223rd, Alvida. 222nd, Gilbastar. Okay, I get that a lot of this went on during the Rocks flashback, but hell, come on. Guys, we're going a little crazy. 222nd, the Lapans. 219th, Yasop. Also, Nico Olvia. Skipping out on their children's upbringing duo right there. 218th, Django. 217th, Ida. 216th, Conus. Again, Wood. Kid me had such a crush on Conus. 215th, Momu. 214th, Rockstar. Okay, at least Rockstar isn't, like, he's egregiously high, but he's not that egregiously high like last time. 213th, Kumashi. 212th, Higama. 211th, Captain John. 210th, Charlotte Compote. Excuse me? 209th, Koza. 208th, Kujaku. 207th, Karasu. Could be even higher. One of the only cool, arguably the only cool, revolutionary. 206th, T-Bone. 205th, Shiryu. 204th, Fisher Tiger. 203rd, Hannibal for some reason. 202nd, Charlotte Smoothie. And 201st, Sasaki. Some of these were getting to kind of questionable ones. Like, there were characters who were only somewhat important, but were kind of likable that I thought went, like, kind of low in the 400s, 300s. But now some of these are characters that are at the same level of importance, but not even that likable, that are doing better. Like Hannibal? Sorry to focus mainly on Hannibal, but Koza? Compote? What are some of you voting? Like, you didn't get unlimited votes. Why use them on Koza? I'm being a real hater here. Okay, so let's finish this out with the top 200. I gotta try to not spoil myself on any of these. Okay, top 200. 200th place, we have Portgas D. Rouge. 199th, Koina. The Zoro upscale couldn't do that much for. She is, well, she was defeated by Down D Stairs, after all. I wonder how highly Down D Stairs could have made it. If they were allowed, if they weren't nerfed, if they were allowed in the character pool. I mean, we let some of those movie characters in. We have, and some of those Wano characters we let in, might as well let in Down D Stairs. 198th, Wanda. Probably the most wood in the series. Probably the number one. Because, and hear me out here, Nami is like top 3, maybe. Nami is great. But Wanda is just literally furry Nami. So it's like Nami, but with some spice, with some seasoning, with, you know, some of the extra secret sauce. It's a bit more than just, you know, plain anime girl. I season my waifus, and, you know, that puts Wanda maybe number 1 for me there. Then 197th is Shimotsuki Ryuma. 196th, Sentomaru. 195th, Hyruddin, who needs some more respect. 194th, Momonga. 193rd, Ginny or Ginny? 192nd, Kaya. 191st, Capone Beige. You love to see it. Okay, like, could be higher, but I respect it. 190th, Edison. I guess I kind of like Edison. I don't know. I don't really care that much. 189th, Anji, which is, I think, too high. And this, I think, is way too low. Emmett, 188th, I think Emmett should be higher. I loved Emmett. 186th is Farafra and Dazbones. 185th is Kanjiro, which is kind of a bit high. This is egregious upscale. Again, Crocodile voters, he might struggle to make like top 20. Why are you wasting votes on S. Croc, who we haven't even really seen yet, when you could be giving it to the real Croc? Then 183rd, Scratchman Apu, who is voting, again, freaking Nat, there's been one Nat in here. Who is voting Scratchman Apu? 182nd, Guernica, who is voting Guernica? 181st, Ryunosuke, 180th, Zeus, 179th, Sengoku, 178th, Queen, 177th, Nojiko, 176th, oh boy, York, would there for sure. Absolutely. Yes, please. 175th, she introduced us to the whole Cake Island. Like, we were on Egghead, but she is truly the whole Cake Island. 175th, Who's Who. 174th, Jabara. 173rd, S-Hawk. Mihawk Upscale. 172nd, Sugar. 171st, St. Shepherd Summers. A little bit low, but it's like he's unlikable, but also kind of likable because of that. Because he is just straight up evil. He's just a straight up bastard of a character. But I think that makes him such a really good villain. 170th, Lafitte. 169th, this is the true horny vote and meme vote combined into one, Yamato's side boob anthropomorphized. 168th, Kagura. 167th, St. Ethan Baron Venus Juro. 166th, insane Thatch voting. 165th, the biggest robbery thus far, Harold. Harold should be like top 50. Harold is way too low. Way too low. 164th, it's not like I was voting for him, so what am I saying? 164th, Doll. 163rd, who is voting Lime Juice? 162nd, Mikita or Miss Valentine. Again, huge crush as a kid, absolutely would, of course. 161st, Denjiro, the Wano Piece readers, I guess they have things they like. 160th, Hibari. 159th, the Hiking Bear. Got a bow. 158th, Magellan. 157th, Insane Creek placement. 156th, Tyrannosaurus. 155th, Insane Shaka placement. What a good character design can do for you. 154th, Hattori. 153rd, Chimney. She looks cute in that art. 152nd, Duval, who I love Duval. 151st, Viola. Why? 150th, Dr. Kureha. 149th, Jaguar D. Sauru. 158th, Zeph. 148th. 147th, Boa Sandersonia. Absolutely would. Oh my gosh, Boa Sandersonia. Yes, please. 146th, insane Chaka placement. The Chaka voters are out here. They're lurking among us. 145th place, Curly Dadan. 144th place, Saint Figureland Garling. I personally think Garling is a great antagonist. I can't wait to see more of him. 143rd, Bellamy, who I actually really like. 142nd, Foxy. 141st, Kinyemon. 140th, Makino, way too high. Is this Shanks upscale? 139th, Vinsmoke Yonji. If Sanji's not defeating Zoro, you are why. I guess people might like Yonji for some reason, I guess. People have their fans. Then 138th, Shakuyaku, most valued woman, but not to the fandom. 136th, she is the treasure of God Valley or whatever. 136th, Leo and Nekomomushi. Then 135th, Gin, you'll love to see it. 134th, Montblanc Nolan. 133rd, Bachi, wow. 132nd, Kozuki Momonosuke, probably the best written character in Wano. 131st, Morgans. 130th, Shiki the Golden Lion, wild. 129th, Belmare. 128th, Fishwoman Nami. 127th, Page 1. Peitan. 126th, Gerd, so cute, wood. 125th, Aramaki or... Hold, this is just hitting me. Ryokugyu Aramaki? Who got lobotomized and accidentally voted for Aramaki? Who clicked the wrong character and accidentally voted for Aramaki? I've never met a single person on this planet who thought Aramaki was even slightly cool. Who? Like, it's gotta just be an accidental miscount. Gotta be. Man, accidental miscount. How? There's no way I believe these were real human beings. With, like, sentience and all. I've never met a single person. Not a one. What? Sorry to any of you watching this video who I am insulting deeply. 124th place, Dr. Vegapunk. 123rd, Damalo Black, or the fake Luffy. 122nd, Arlong. 121st, Kiros, who is, you know, actually maybe a little underrated. I don't know. When I think about it, Kiros is a really good character. 120th, Uruj, the Mad D Monk. 119th, Khalifa, people horny voting like crazy. 118th, Black Maria, potentially the same there. 117th, Baby 5. 116th, Vegapunk Atlas. Neat, is that the highest Vegapunk? No, Lilith. Though, none of these Vegapunks are making top 200, or top 100 rather. Top 100. Yeah, that's... The only one left is Lilith. Wow. Lilith is the only one that maybe made top 100. Huh. And none of the Gorosei, which makes sense, I guess. Huh. 115th, Vinsmoke Niji. The Vinsmoke shooters are out here not for Judge, but for the others. And maybe they should have consolidated behind Sanji. Just maybe. Or maybe they're voting away from Sanji because much like his family, they hated him. Then we have 114, S Snake. Don't boo me because I'm right. Would. Then 113, Mr. 3, Galdino. 112, Pandaman. 111, Bellowbetty. 110, Vinsmoke Ichiji. He is my favorite of Sanji's brothers, but they're just all really high. 109th, Saint Rimoshifu Killingham. So Killingham, no top 100 for you. 108th, Wiper. I think that's high for Wiper. I never really liked him. And his name is stupid. 107th, Kozuki Hiyori or Komurasaki. 106th, Otama. Kind of one of the best of One Piece. 105th, Pedro, who I think is criminally underrated. His story, his connection to the Roger, or to Roger, I guess, generally, the way that led into what was going on with Carrot's story. I guess the only issue with Pedro is that Carrot's story then just, like, took this random turn and didn't go anywhere, and Pedro, like, his will was never carried on, because they're like, you gotta carry on Pedro's will, and then she goes and becomes Queen of Zou, which had nothing to do at all with Pedro wanting to support Roger and travel with Roger. So Pedro was a really, really good character, but screwed over by the bad writing that happened in Wano Piece to Carrot's character. But I think he's underrated still. 104th, Senor Pink. 103rd, Dr. Hirolook. For some reason, I thought I had already seen Dr. Hirolook, but I love him, so I'm glad he's this high. 102nd, Scopper Gibbon. Not making top 100. Man, Scopper, I want to say getting a little robbed, but the competition's tough. For top 100, competition's tough. And 101, we have Laboon. So we've got some ones that are in top 100 that I will probably think shouldn't have made it there. Like Odin. But I will maybe try to do a prediction list before I react to the top 100. Laboon just didn't make it. And it's like I want to be excited because they're the top of this, but it also kind of bums me out because it's like, they were so close but didn't make it when it comes to these characters up at the top. So there are my thoughts, some spicy, hot opinions. I had actually wanted to do a character ranking of my own before the results came out, but I never had time. Maybe after the results, I'll do a character ranking of my own. Maybe. That would be a lot of work, a lot of time. We'll see. But with that aside, thank you for being here through me discovering all these rankings. The more exciting bit, when we get to the top 100, will be coming soon. This is basically just the part one, the appetizer. So with that aside, I will go ahead and end things here. Like if you did like this video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of the rankings so far and some of my insane thoughts. The voters are insane, but I am also insane. I guess this is the One Piece fandom we found ourselves in. So again, I would be like, oh, some of these characters aren't voted highly enough. I didn't vote for them, so what am I like? None of the characters I'm voting for ended up in here. So what am I saying? What do I have to judge? But we will see. Either way, thank you for suffering through it. I'm sure it wasn't as fun for you as it was for me, maybe, but like, comment, subscribe for more One Piece, much more on the channel. If you want to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member, by hitting join down below or going to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Then you get your name at the end of videos, get One Piece Bingo a bit early each week. So thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars, Evan Holly, Ember T. Booster, Magical Girls, DD Ban, and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element, Paterial. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time.